this joint. Boy. What we got? What we got? Different lives. Try to catch some of y'all on the West Coast. I know some of y'all be missing my lives, so we're gonna do this and see how this play out. Sounds good. Appreciate it, T Hill. See how many people get here tonight on the 9 o'clock joint. Well, 9:16 over here. Where y'all checking in at, man? Y'all at home or y'all on the road? Make sure I share the video.
Oh, I just missed a password. Did you see that? That's it. Look. Okay, I saved it. Okay, what the? Are you ready?
Everybody should be off the road by now. I'm assuming.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Finish him.
You still on the road, man? You in the Midwest. Eddie, what's up?
Ready? Set. You still get something, sir?
Getting some comments. What the world? Come local at Cisco Foods. Home every day, off weekends, take home after taxes, insurance. Take home net pay $1,400 to $1,700, but you do have to unload. Here, a lot of lazy company drivers OTR slaving. I don't know. No, that ain't the answer right there, buddy. No, I'm actually parked for the night, just grabbing a bite to eat. Oh, okay. Jerome Jones, how you doing, man? Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, so got a few people was talking about. I get a lot of questions about leasing, so we gonna wait till a few more people pop up in here, and we'll go ahead and break it down. The best advice I can give. Cause I was on the phone with a couple people today, just talking about leasing. I was supposed to go live this morning, but we got held up with some things. Yeah. Yep. Man. I ain't gonna be too long on this joint though. Bringing the new drivers on? Yeah, I haven't brought nobody on yet. We're still working on some things. Damn. But we're closing in on that 5-minute mark, man. Probably some people just flow in here. I ain't gonna be too long either. Your boy gotta get up in the morning. But anyways, it's a lot of people trying to do these leases and lease purchase and not really knowing what they're doing. Um, to me, the best advice is, man, if you're gonna get a truck, you're gonna do the leasing. If you're gonna get a truck and do lease on to somebody, or you're gonna lease a truck and just do the whole leasing process. Rule number one, never lease on to a company that has company drivers. I'm gonna tell you why. When you lease on to companies that got company drivers, the company drivers gonna get the best loads in the world before the guys that are leased on. And that's a fact. Somebody said something about somebody just said something about Snyder. What did I think about Snyder? That falls right into it. Never lease on to a company that has company drivers. Why you think I never leased on to a mega carrier? Ever. I never leased on to a mega carrier. Always to a sort of semi big carrier or, you know, never mega carrier. Always an owner operated carrier. You gotta get away from the mega carriers. I'm trying to tell you. The company drivers gonna get the best loads. They don't know that. But we already know what's really going on when you run the lanes. You know how much these lanes really costing. Company drivers don't know how much these lanes really paying. All they do is whatever dispatch tell them to go, they go. You know? But that goes for the Snyders. That goes for the JB Hunts. That goes for any of those mega carriers. They got owner operators. Prime. Only way you go on Prime if you go on the A-lease side. That's when you go on there with the authority. Even that kind of suspect too. I don't even know about that, but whatever. Ari Garrison, Melton, none of them companies. You gotta leave them guys alone, you know, because they got so many company drivers and they get all the guys that's leasing get all the leftovers, you know, or owner operators get all the leftovers. Whatever you're doing, you got your truck on board over there, whatever. They get all the leftovers. Another thing about leasing, best advice. I get it. Some of you guys just want to click and just want to click and pick your own load, pick your loads and just click. Like Uber, Convoy, Snyder Choice. You don't want to talk to somebody. You don't want to negotiate. You got to open your mouth. I get it. You don't want to talk to nobody. You just want to click a load, scroll, and say, hey, I want this load without, negotiating or whatever the case may be. You got to get away from that. At some point, you got to, I get it, some people just coming out here and you got to get dispatched. That's cool and all, but at some point, you're going to want to dispatch yourself. You want to start being more independent. I was talking to a gentleman today, I was just breaking it down to him, like, you want to start being more independent. Yeah, it takes some time, but work your way towards it. What I mean by doing independent, like getting your plates, getting a fuel card, work on getting your trailer, start learning how to self-dispatch. That way, if you was really trying to get your authority, you're already 10 steps ahead of the game. Once you get the authority, only thing left over is pretty much keeping track of your money, paying your insurance and all that, and being organized with paperwork. That's really it. The whole authority thing is not even like that. I don't know what all these myths and things about is hard. And yeah, I mean, you take about a good month, you'll get it. It's not a big deal. Paperwork and stuff like that, and just keeping things in order. But that's another story for another day. We're gonna talk about best advice for leasing. Let me see what else. You want to also leasing. It always comes up with the whole truck thing, whether you want to finance and finance versus cash trucks. If you got cash, I told this guy today. He told me he had 40K. I think he said 40K or 35K in cash or something like that. You got that kind of money, man. Go buy a truck cash. You gonna get a truck cash. You can get your trailer cash. You know, you want to limit yourself. You want to start working your way towards, the carrier taking anything out. The only thing they should be taking out is their cut. You should be able to take their cut and some portions of the insurance, and of course the ELD and stuff like that. But you want to limit that, so you can start seeing more of your money. So when you do go get your authority, you are, like I said, you 10 steps ahead of the game. You already see your money and you already know what you need to do. But did I miss something? Oh, all right, Eddie. Vol Square, what's going on? Good looking on info, no doubt, man. Appreciate you coming through, bro. But I get it, leasing. Like I said, a lot of people don't got the. And my thing about leasing, there's a difference. Like I said, I've been saying this in my videos. There's a difference between leasing and lease purchase. Now, I don't really agree with lease purchases because you shouldn't want to buy a truck at the company you work for. It's just it's just like it's kind of like it's just too much of an attachment. Like they know how much they count your pockets. That's pretty much what it is. They count your pockets. I just don't get that. I just don't. I'm just not 100% with lease purchases. There's always some type of scam on it. On top of it, it's always some craziness at the end of the lease deal. It's like if they make it very, very hard for you to get that truck. Your best advice for that, like I said, do lease. Just lease. Lease for a couple months. Understand what you're doing. Stack some bread. Go get a truck. Use it as a stepping stone. Level up. I get it. Everybody don't have 10K, 5K to go get a truck. I get it. But and then the credit thing. If you're doing leasing, you can fix all that. Fix your credit. Fix any debt you need to fix. Stack your bread. All that stuff. And if, like I said, if it all fails, you don't want to do it. At least you can get a truck back. You see what I'm saying? Once you go buy that truck from a dealership, man, there's no giving the truck back. You pretty much locked in. You can give it back, but you probably gonna have to file bankruptcy or something like that. You still gonna have to pay for that truck note, pretty much. That's why I said leasing gives you opportunity to understand the business. Gives you opportunity to understand the business. Gives you the opportunity to understand lanes, how to feel properly. And majority of the time, leases are walkaways. So if it all fails, you decide you don't want to do it, you can get the truck back and go about your business, clean slate. But wait, hold on. Let me get that straight first. There are some companies you sign that contract, you still responsible for that lease. I know Snyder does that. Snyder have you lined up with a nice truck, whatever, paying these crazy notes, and you're like stuck with a year contract. And you can't get out the contract. You can get out the contract, but you still owe on a truck or something like that, something crazy like that. But it's very rare though. But most of the times, walkaways, you get a truck back, clean slate. You can decide if you want to get out trucking or go back company or whatever the case is. You can walk clean. That's why I say do leasing, but I just don't recommend doing leasing long term. Just enough for you to understand what you're doing, or if this is something you want to move forward with and get your own truck. I know somebody said something. MG, do you need your own authority in order to have a truck and a trailer? No. No. You don't need authority, MG. No, yeah, you don't need authority to have a. No, you don't. No. What exactly you trying to? What exactly you trying to do? Like, cause you kind of worded that kind of crazy. Um, Steven Holland. MG, reword that again, cause I mean it's kind of like a no. T Hill said no. Yeah, cause it kind of sounds like a big no. You don't need to have a. I guess you're saying you don't. Do you need to have a truck and trailer to get your authority? No, you don't. Um, no, you don't. But you do need to put a truck. You do need to put some type of truck onto the authority. You know, you can't just go. You can't. Don't quote me on this, but I know. I think you cannot just go and get your authority without a truck. Um, it doesn't work like that. You got to put some type of truck on file. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, I don't know. You do have to have a truck, I believe, but you don't have to have a trailer. No, because you can run power only. Um, you can run power only. Stephen Holland, I'm late, so lease purchase is the way to go. No, I didn't say that. I said lease purchase not the way to go. I said a lease is cool as a stepping stone. You can lease, to gain some knowledge, to understand what you're doing, so on and so on, and you can make a decision whether you want to make that move or not. Lease purchase, you're purchasing the truck, you're leasing the truck. You're basically doing a term, whether it's 3 or 4 years. Just you're paying this crazy amount. You're probably double paying it just to get the truck. So yeah, that's what at least, bro. I'm at home, bro. You must be in Paducah. That's a lease purchase, man. Like I said, you don't want to buy a truck from the from the company you working for. They basically it's like they counting your pockets. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like they'll cap you out, or it's controlling. Like that's why I be like, get away from these carriers, man, because they just be so controlling. What the hell? Stephen Holland, for someone trying to get their first truck, you saying it's best to lease, purchase, or walk away contract? No, I'm saying if you looking to go to owner op, do a lease. A lease and lease purchase are two different things. I'm saying do a lease. Find a company that fits your needs. Lease a truck. Because you're leasing the truck. You're not looking to buy the truck. You're doing a lease, a walk away lease. Do it for a couple months. Understand what you're doing. Stack some bread. Pay off some debt. They go buy your truck. Like I said, most of the time they want 10 to 20%. Of whatever the truck is for a down payment. So we'll just say because majority of the time it's 10 grand. We'll just say 10K. So stack your money, get your 10K, and have some money or some credit on the side for maintenance. You ready to go? That's what I was saying, Stephen Holland. X, you silly man. You see a wall. I'm at the crib, man. Natty dreadlocks. If a driver can't save 5 grand, they might not be ready to be a OO. Yeah, that's true. If you don't have no money, that's what I said. If you don't have no bread or no money, no type of money or no type of credit, you might not want to do it. You might not be ready. You just kind of winging it, just jumping out there like that. You're just gonna be winging it, and you're setting yourself up to fail like that. So yeah, you kind of right. So if you don't got no money, there's no point of looking into being owner op. That's why I said a lot of people who's trying to become owner ops, their credit is shot. I mean, you might be your credit is shot, or another thing that pops up. Oh, I just bought a house, and you trying to go buy a truck. I mean, you can't. It doesn't work like that. Your debt to income is going to show up, because when you first try to finance a truck, this is going to be your first commercial equipment. So they're going to run your personal credit. I mean, most of you guys don't have business credit. So they're gonna run your personal credit. What you doing?
This Spider-Man.
Huh?
This Spider-Man.
Oh. Why you getting my Spider-Man game? Y'all done with the game? Hold on, man. What time is it, yo? Y'all go ahead, take one of y'all go take a shower. It's in the bathroom. On top of the toilet. Um Voss World. What you think about power only, bro? I never did power only. It's not enough. Power only, cause like I said, most of the time power onlys aren't really round trips. They one ways. So you could say you get a power only move to one spot. Now you gotta, search for something to get back. Unless you leased on that. Once again, that falls into the Amazons. That falls into the Snyders. That falls into JB Hunt. See, you don't want to get caught in that system. Them systems with those guys. It's just yeah, it's cool dropping hooks. I get it, but you make more money when you have your own trailer. You know, you don't want to get caught in those power only moves. I know that it's hard getting a trailer, getting a truck, and getting your trailer all at the same time. But if you gotta do power only, to make some money, just don't get complacent. You know what I'm saying? Just don't get sucked into them Amazons, and like I said, don't get sucked into them Amazons and all them relays and dropping hooks and running a million loads a day just to see 700-800 bucks. You see what I'm saying? Eventually you want to get your trailer, man. Like I said, I was telling a guy earlier today, driver and trailers ain't even that much. You can get a driver and trailer for like 5 to 10 grand, easy. Um, they're everywhere. Sometimes you get cheaper than that. You always hear the myth about uh, uh, brokers telling you that, oh, you can't go in certain places if your trailer is 10 years older. Man, I never even heard that before. I have never seen a shipper come to me and say, hey, how old is your trailer? Like, literally, never. Like, it doesn't matter. As long as you ain't got nothing noticeable, like, of course, somebody gonna say something. You got a big hole in the wall or a big hole on the floor or something like that. Like, yeah, they gonna say something, but I mean, it doesn't matter, As long as you ain't got nothing noticeable for the shipper to come outside and be like, hey, we not gonna load you. You good. Stephen Hollis, so grab my own truck, lease on to Omega. I don't know. Yeah, you need your own trailer to make more money. I'm a little over 10K. Should be looking for a truck in the company to lease on to. My credit high 600s. Yeah, you should be looking for a company because if you go finance a truck, they're gonna ask you where you taking that truck to. So you need to start looking for a company. So when you do get your truck, you can tell them this is where I'm taking it to. This is how much money I'm making. This is how much money I'm going to be making. So yeah, you need to start looking for a company that fits your needs, or fit what you're trying to do. Let's see. Trucker for life. What's up, bro? X. Arrow got a thing going, 6K down, 1100 a month for a 16 Cascadia. See, there you go, right there. Um, he said Arrow Trucks got the deal going on right now. And he got a truck from Arrow Trucks, paid off, paid. He got the title of it. So yeah, he know about Arrow Trucks. Keep up the good work we are here. No doubt, man. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to put y'all on, man. Trying to put y'all on, man. I'm telling you, man. What would you say is too much? What would you say is too much price wise for a used truck and trailer? What would you say is too much? I mean, for real, all this stuff is too much. I mean, you just got to go with what's actually everybody's financial situation is different, man. Like I can't. That's one of those questions again. Um, Everybody's financial situation is different, man. You got to go with if you're able to buy a piece of equipment and still have money left over, I believe you winning. You know what I'm saying? Say if you bought a trailer for 10K and you say you bought a trailer for 10K and you got 5 grand left over. I mean, you winning. That's one of those questions, man. Like everybody's financial situation is different. Um, but if you're referring to like overpriced trucks, overpriced trailers, you know, you can get. I seen trucks going for right now 20, 30K at dealerships. They're going for like 20, 30K. Hey, Jordan, who in the shower? Oh, that's you playing the game. Okay. I say 20, 30K for a truck. They going like the deals are still there for trucks. I'm telling y'all, go get your equipment now because the price of equipment is ready to be taxed and stuff's ready to be high. This is the time to do it. If you're gonna get you some equipment, go do it now. Stephen Holly asked to see driver settlements where you go. Yeah, most definitely. Find a driver. Always find a driver that works at the company. That's both of the companies I leased on to. I found a driver, and I got confirmation on certain things. All you gotta do is you gotta search. Um, whether it's Facebook, whether it's hashtags, Google. Sometimes you could pull up Google, type in the company, and it pulls up that trucker joint. And sometimes you see drivers commenting. All you got to do is figure out. You reach out to them. Basically, reach out to them and ask the questions you need to ask. Um, what else? Sometimes you can hashtag on YouTube, and you can find drivers of the company you're looking for. Hit them up. You know, hit them up. Maybe sometimes they'll give you a settlement. Sometimes they won't. Uh, can you talk about the debt to ratio when buying a house? Um, as far as buying a house and trying to get a truck, I mean that's nothing. It's nothing to it. Like I said, if you're talking about that, yeah. If you try to buy a house, I don't know. I don't know what the time frame is, but if you try to buy a house, say you buy a house and then you try to go get a piece of commercial equipment, especially if this your first one, you're gonna have a hard time getting. Wait, I'm not gonna say you're not gonna have a hard time. Your down payment's just gonna be a little bit higher than anybody else. You might as well say that 20% might be 25, maybe 30, maybe. Just depends. Because once you buy a house, what happens? Your credit goes down. So they can be like, oh, you just bought a house. And now they're gonna look at the numbers, okay. It's gonna show that, okay, how much you finance for a house. So they gonna look at it and be like, well, you trying to finance also a $50,000 truck or $40,000 truck? They be like, all right, well, you're gonna need to put, damn near almost half of it down. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's not really it's kind of like I mean it's kind of like self-explanatory on that one when it comes to like buying something like you gotta understand financing house is like that's a big purchase. So and if you most people when they first get commercial equipment they don't have business credit. So that's what I'm saying about that. If that's what you were trying to say as far as like equipment and debt to ratio. Chuck Smith. Okay, Jordans, hot dogs, and Mac. Oh yeah, I think. Oh yeah, we talked. Since my lane will be the northeast, I assume a day cab could be good, right? I mean, yeah, it could be good though, but you don't want to limit yourself to to because sometimes shippers and receivers they could kind of hold you. Unless you find a certain shipping receiver, you know how everything operates. But say you don't want to like consume yourself on that one day cab, because say something happens to whatever you're doing, now you gotta branch out and do something else, but it's a little bit further and you ain't got a sleeper. Now you messing with hotels and stuff like that. So I wouldn't recommend getting a day cab unless you got an actual contract. Um, a contract that's signed and it's for a couple years or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't recommend a contract. I wouldn't recommend a day cab unless you got that legit contract. Um, you just don't want to limit yourself like that. And some of these shippers receivers, man, you can be at their facilities for a long period of time. Um, Being crunched up in a day cab like that all day, man, be in the way. If you understand what I'm saying. But just get a sleeper, man. Most of these day cabs, I mean, I get a day cabs a little bit cheaper, but you might as well get a couple thousand. You might as well just get a sleeper. You know, that way um, you can open it up a little bit just in case you have to. You see what I'm saying? Did you speak on losing a truck and still owning the bill on the truck? Was that related to drivers not getting loads? I came in late. Nah, I said something about yeah, if you lose, like I said something about Snyder. I was speaking on Snyder or some of these places where or I was saying say if you got the truck and then you was financing it and you said that I'm saying if you got a truck from a dealer and you say you don't want the truck no more, you try to give it back, you can give it back, but you still owe on the truck. That's what I was saying. Or same thing with Snyder. Yeah, they got the deal where you can lease a truck from Snyder, the SFI joint, and but it's a 1 year deal. But if you give it back, you still owe on it. That's what I was saying. Like get walk away leases. That's what I was talking about. No, that was and yeah, it wasn't related to drivers not getting loads.
Walk my dirty clothes.
Huh?
Walk my dirty clothes.
Did you put deodorant on? You got deodorant? Oh, we didn't get deodorant.
Huh?
There's something in there. What would you wash your hair?
Yeah.
You put the lotion on? Um, what's the usual driver hours of someone who runs the Northeast? The usual driver hours? You can only drive 11 hours a day, 30-minute break. So 10 and a half hours. Um, that's law. But make sure you put that all over. Make sure you put that all over, everywhere. Diesel trucker, what's going on, man? Chuck Smith, yes. What's the difference between buying a tractor versus buying a car for $40,000? What's the difference? A car is a liability. A tractor is gonna make you money. Um, how do I find loads without paying for a load board? I'm basically trying to see if Oklahoma van and reefer loads are paying well, or if I need to move my business to the East Coast, North Carolina. Um, well, first of all, you got to have a DOT number to get on some of these load boards. Well, unless you do like a free trial, but you need a DOT number, like Uber and all that stuff and Convoy. Like if you leased onto a company, all you gotta do is provide a DOT number, and they will shoot a message to the administrator of whoever the carrier you leased onto, and they'll grant you access. DAT board is a little bit more different. Back in the day, you was able to just pretty much the same way, but I think they changed it up where you got to have a DOT number yourself. or you can get access to your DOT number if the person or the carrier company gives you their password, username, password. But if you're trying to get on yourself, you need a DOT number, and you got to go through the little process. But it wasn't like that back in the day, so I don't know. But that's pretty much like Uber Convoy, like Uber Convoy, JB Hunt. They're all free. DAT and Truck Stop is the ones you got to pay for. I think 123 is free. Um, all those little ones are free, but DAT is the one you want. That's the one that's gonna give you the most information and the most like accurate information. So, and that's pretty much what everybody uses. I know they got like a $30 one, a $100 one. No, it's a $30 one, a $50 one, a $100 one. Then it goes to like 150, and then it shoots us like 300. But you said Oklahoma. I'm trying to see if Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma. I haven't been out there in forever, man. Oklahoma's it's always been a dead city to me. Just ain't nothing out there. Um, hey, you out the shower? Oklahoma has been a dead city to me. Um, I actually seen more flatbedders out there than you out. All right, Julian. You know what time it is? Kings 2, what's up? What's the ideal mileage for a person in a tractor at 50K? Um, that's not really. I can't really answer that question. Cause I seen trucks for 50K had over 700,000 miles on it. Huh?
Am I going to order this for tonight?
Nah, you got pajamas. I seen trucks. I seen trucks over 50K with over 600,000 miles on it, or trucks with over 1 million miles over 50K. What happened? What's in that bag?
Clothes, modern clothes.
Oh,
Mommy said to wear this for tonight.
nah. I give you some. I give you a shirt or something.
I got some extra shorts.
Yeah, just give them shorts. You give them some. Give them something to wash. Give them a washcloth and a towel. But yeah, that's one of those questions, man. That question varies. It's not really 50K and how many miles. It's just I seen like it's pretty much like the higher it is, it's supposed to be the higher it is, the lower the miles is, but that's not always the case. Um, you got some idiots out here that just be like taxing on equipment for no apparent reason to make any sense. But I hope to answer your question. How many miles did your tractor have when you purchased it? It had 500,000 miles on it, even. JB Hunt, a good company to lease on too. Um, it's a mega carrier. If me personally, would I ever do it? No. Oops. Me personally, I wouldn't do it. Um, like you got to get away from the mega carriers, man. I get it. They're gonna help you pay for your maintenance bill and all that. That's not the way to go. That's not business. That's like a benefit. Huh? I told you there's a towel right there in the bathroom, on top of the toilet. Um, you got to get away from you got to get away from the mega carriers because, um, yeah, I get it. They got a lot of freight, all this, but they paying cheap, and they gonna have your ass somewhere in the goddamn mountains somewhere, up and down the mountains. Heavy. JB Hunt is known for heavy loads. Period. Um, they got all them paper contracts, man. They have you running paper 45K through the mountains. um, Diesel truck, you would never be able to check the rates. They go up and down. It's an average. You can negotiate rates. That's true. Steven, do JB Hunt have company drivers? Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. Those mega carriers got company drivers, man. And JB Hunt is a big one. Um, you just got to get away from the mega carriers, man. I know that's everybody feels safe, but I'm telling you, real talk, man. There's a reason why I never leased on to a mega carrier, man. I always ran spot market. Um, after I used to work for JB Hunt as a company driver, I get it was cool and all. I did a regional count, dropping hood. Yeah, that's cool and all, but you got to get away from that. You'll get back to it later on in your journey. You just got to get through the stages. You got to go get the truck. You got to get the trailer. You got to get set up right. You'll get back to it. All the things that you was doing as a company driver, you can do with your own authority. It takes time though. It ain't gonna happen overnight. Um, do you think a driver with a one truck can make it with only doing local or just Texas? You think a driver with one truck can make it with only doing local? Yeah, I got one truck. I've been doing it. T Hill course, bro. What you about? Yeah, help me where to look for leasing. You gotta do. You gotta do. See, I can't. You got to do your own research, man. You got to start researching, looking at these companies, these leasing companies. You got to start reading these fixed expenses. It's coming out. Like I said, I dropped a video about 85% of what? 85% of nothing. If if those fixed expenses is so high, the 85% means nothing. It's just a number. That's why people try to drag Landstar, but Landstar drivers make money. Yeah, they get 65%, but their fixed expenses ain't nothing. And then they get like 60 plus cents off the gallon, like they got some crazy fuel discounts. Um, check out, like I said, check out Calvin Leake's channel. He's a Landstar driver. I say it all the time, man. He got a fleet. He got his own fleet. 4 trucks, 4 trucks, 5 trailers or something like that. Landstar might be a good option. I don't know for some of you guys. If you really want to be, if you want to be, you want to get more experience, get a more feel for it, check out Landstar. At least it's an owner-operated company, ain't got no company drivers. You would be handicapping your business. What the fuck? Don't spend 50K on his first truck, 20, 30 max, especially if you're financing. Yeah, I said that earlier. That's why I said 20, 30K, that should be where you should be at. And you be good. Stephen Holler, I'm in Baltimore trying to run Northeast. You live in Baltimore, you be good at running Northeast. You better get your easy pass though. I got 10K, but scared to make a move. Laughing, man. Scared money don't make no money, man. If you scared to make a move, then you might want to stay where you at. Is he in the shower? Is he in the shower? Did you turn the water on for him?
Yeah. What up?
You turn the water on for him?
Yeah.
He in the shower? I don't hear no water.
Julian, did you take a shower?
Boy, you ain't take no shower. In 2 minutes. With what soap? What soap you use?
The one that was in there.
Come here. Come here. You didn't take no. No, you didn't. Go back in and take a shower. Kyrie, go help him out. I got 10K. What's getting me? Okay. How to calculate operation cost? How to calculate operation cost? It's basic math. You just add up all your bills and you divide. What is it? You add all your bills and you divide it by uh how the fuck you do that shit, man? You add up all your bills. You add up all your bills together, and I think you divide it by the miles you run, the average miles you run weekly, and that will get you cents per mile. Um, that's how you do it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you add them all up, and then you add about the average, and that will get you cents per mile. Yeah, that sounds about right. Uh, what's considered cheap freight? How much a mile was a good rate per mile? That depends. That depends on the cost of your operation. Cheap freight, man, like it's everywhere. Everybody want to use the $2 mark, the $2 rule. I mean, you can do that, but like I said, it just depends. Like you can have a paid off truck, paid off trailer, and your bottom dollar is $1.20. But would you want to haul $1.20? Nah. You always want to ask for more. Like I tell X all the time, man. He in here laughing and stuff. But I tell X all the time, man. Yeah, it might be something. The average might be $1,500. I always say extra $100, $200. Why not? What they gonna say? The least they can say is no. I mean, that all goes with negotiating and knowing your bottom dollar. You know, you got to be able to speak. You can't be scared of these brokers. You ain't gonna see the brokers. You ain't never gonna scare. You ain't never gonna see them. So just speak your mind and be like, you tell them what it is. Whether it's like you got to go through tolls or you got to go deadhead X amount of miles. I mean, you got to let them know this is what you need and this is what you need to run in. If they don't want to do it, move on to the next person. JB Hunt, a good company just for starting out. Oh, that's not a question. You just saying. Okay. Your thoughts on the new truck note prices? Is it worth it when leased on not to a mega carrier? A new truck note? Like, are you saying like a new truck and being leased on to like a somewhat big carrier? Nah, I wouldn't get a new truck note. I wouldn't get nothing big. You need to be under to be honest, you need to be under $2,000 a month. I'm just telling that right now. Don't be going to Snyder Finance getting a $4,000 or $1,000 a week notes. Stay under 2,000, you be all right. If you up to 2,500, you kind of pushing it. You can pass it with 2,500, but you're gonna be, really working out here, especially when the race is down. Right now, you can swing 2,500, but that's why I said I don't recommend getting a note that's 2,500 because the rates are eventually coming back down. So make sure your truck note. I always say make sure your truck note's under 2,000. If it's under $2,000 a month, you be all right. I'm going to be renting a trailer to start. Do I just give the rental people a deposit and keep it for weeks at a time? Well, of course, I'm going to buy a trailer in a few months. If you rent a trailer, I hope you're not renting from like a Penske or Extra Lease or Premier or something like that. If you're renting from like a local guy or something like that, just pay it weekly. I mean, I don't see most of the time. Most of them time, the rental companies is You done, yo? Did you get in the shower? Back in the shower? Oh, okay. Most of the time, the local rental companies, they're pretty much more like lenient when it comes to like stuff like that. Sometimes you catch them doing weekly. Sometimes you catch them doing monthly. Most of the time, they want a deposit. Um, like I ran into a guy in Kentucky. He was like, he wanted like these were drive vans. He wanted like $600. I think it was $600 down, and it was like $300 a month for a drive van or something like that. But,
Two players.
huh?
It's two players.
Okay, go ahead play. Y'all got y'all got 15 minutes, man. Um, X, you keep laughing for, man. What's the least amount of money per mile should accept to do a load when I'm starting out? I think I already answered that question. You gotta figure out your operation costs. Um, that's one of those questions again. Like I said, everybody's situation is different. Cause you talking about somebody that has a paid off equipment versus somebody that's financing. I can't give you those numbers. Those numbers are gonna be different. Um, but if you wanna say that, like I said once again, everybody knows it's $2 a mile rule out there. I mean you can go by that as a drive van. If you want to just go by that, if that helps you, a number, you can stay at $2. But you don't want to be at $2. You always want to get more than $2. I get it. Driving is up. It's actually higher than flatbed. I think you go reefer. It's reefer, drive-in, then flatbed. Um, but you always want to get more than the average. So if it's $2 a mile, say like your bottom dollar is, we'll just throw out numbers. Say your bottom dollar is $1.50. All right, you want to stick to the $2 average mark line. That's cool and all. $2 is gonna be profit. Your bottom dollar is $1.50. $2 is profit. So you profited 50 cents. But you want to get more than that. So if the lane is paying already, we'll say the lane is paying $2.10 a mile. Or we'll say the lane's paying $2 a mile. We'll just keep it at the average. Shoot for 225. Like I said, why not? The least they can do is say no. And but if you talk a good game, you'll get that 225. That goes along with negotiating. Like I said, it's another video for another day. Like I said, it ain't gonna happen overnight. You'll eventually start picking up little tricks and little things to say to these brokers, and you start winning. Glad to catch you today. Hey, Cooley. Momentum L, what's going on? Voss World, can I take a trailer to Landstar? Yeah. Yeah, you can take a trailer to Landstar. Yeah, if you got a truck, you want to take a truck and trailer to Landstar, yeah, you can do that. That's an owner operator company. I mean, you can do that anywhere. Um, but that's not saying that I'm not saying that if you got the trailer, if you say you got the truck and you got a trailer, that don't mean go to JB Hunt and try to wing it and do your thing. It just doesn't make any sense. If you got a truck and you got a trailer, you need to start looking for a carrier that's pretty much. You pretty much, if you got a truck and trailer, you pretty much got your plates, you got insurance and all that. You need to start. If you don't want your authority, you need to start looking for something that's paying 90 cents a mile, or not 90 cents a mile, 90% or better. I seen 90%, I seen 92%, I seen 93. I even seen 95% before. You need to find a carrier that's paying top dollar. You got the truck, you got a trailer, you pretty much ready to get your authority. But sometimes some people don't want to get their authority. They don't want to deal with all the extra paperwork. Find a company that's paying the top dollar though. Um, pretty much you pretty much that's pretty much authority, damn near. Um, I'm not to say that nothing wrong with Landstar, but you could take a truck and trailer to Landstar. Yes, you can do that. Landstar, Mercer, any of those big owner operated companies. Salute from Florida. What's going on? Driving and listening. What's going on, B Smooth? Micah Dadula in the warehouse where you started. I don't even know who that is. Yeah, I started in the warehouse. 973 Puff. A lot of hold on, what did I say? A lot of new owner operators worry about monthly truck notes, but forget about taxes and insurance. Yeah, you definitely gotta pay taxes, man. Um, you definitely gotta have health insurance and dental. Well, you don't have to have dental, but health insurance. Putting away for taxes weekly, whether you do quarterly taxes and quarterly taxes or yearly taxes. That's what happened to nah, I ain't gonna say that, man. But yeah, man, you gotta save for taxes. Most definitely. That's how it works. Kings 2, $2,000 for a 30K loan sounds ridiculous. You can get a better monthly payment on a car. Would you take out a personal loan to finance your truck? $2,000 for a 30K loan sounds ridiculous. Well, it depends if that person put down or made a down payment on that 30K. And first of all, you should get a loan. You should always want to get a loan through a credit union. I talked to a guy today. Okay, get a loan through a credit union. Do not get financed through the dealership. They're going to blast your credit. And you're going to have all these inquiries on your credit report. Get a person. You can call it a personal loan, but it's called like you go to credit union, you ask for a loan, you call it a personal loan for a major purchase. Get the loan. That way you're paying the credit union, not one of these little bojangle finance companies. You probably get a better rate. You probably get a better interest rate anyways from the credit union. Most people can't get business loans because they haven't been in business yet. Is it best to use a brokerage company to book and negotiate my loads? Also, what's your thoughts on using a factoring company? Is it best to use a brokerage company to book and negotiate my loads?
Which one's mine?
You pick whatever one you want. Y'all don't get the colors mixed up. You put that lotion on, man? Oh, okay. Is it best to use a brokerage company to book and negotiate my loads? I'm not really key. I'm not understanding that how you wording that JJU007. Also, what's your thoughts on using a factoring company? I use a factoring company. Yeah, they take out was it 2%? Well, it's like 3% really if you add up the numbers. We'll just say 3%, but yeah, I use a factoring company. I know there's some guys out here that say they don't use a factoring company. That's more of a, you know, they trying to save every dollar, but I don't see the issue. I mean, that's just me. It's kind of a preference thing. I mean, if you want to do it or you don't want to do it. Where do you contact brokers at? You contact them on a DAT board or any load board. Should a new person use a dispatcher? If you're a one truck operation, nah, you don't need a dispatcher. But if you just trying to load, that's why I said if you trying to, because I think we talked already. If you trying to do it how you doing it, I think you would say you was dispatching a truck or something like that. You're not driving. You just kind of like getting the truck and you putting a guy in it.
It's in the battle bus.
Do most owner operators not have trailers? They really don't. Most owner operators don't have a trailer. Starting out now, I plan having them lease because like I never had a trailer. See, I got my truck in 2018. I didn't get my first trailer till. So I got my truck in December 2018. I didn't get a trailer. I didn't buy my trailer, my first trailer, till November of 2019. See, um, it's just a big expense to get a truck and trailer all at the same time.
That is two-faced nasty, huh?
You know. Uh,
See, you upbrought the little thing, man. I'm still calling you.
I plan having them lease on to my authority when I get going.
First of
Okay, so you use the owner operators. Okay,
5 times. Cause your birth
okay. So you pretty much kind of like what I'm doing. It's getting trailers and pretty much renting them out to the owner operators that's leased on under the authority. Yup, that's the way to go. All right, man. We got 26 people up in here. Let me see. I try to answer everybody's question. Y'all got any more questions? Doing a little different for the night, you know, make sure get the people that usually don't catch my lives in the morning. But that's pretty much the best advice, you know, as far as leasing onto a company. I know everybody, like I said, everybody's funds is different. Everybody don't got the money to do certain things, but at some point, you know, you gotta think about it, and you gotta start fixing whatever you got going on. You know, as far as like debt, you gotta start bringing your overhead down. Gotta fix your credit. Everybody says capital versus credit. I really believe in credit. That's I really believe in credit. I think people, if you any business in general, your credit needs to be up because you never know what might happen. You might not have the capital, and you might need to go get a loan or something like that. And if you got the credit, you can go do it. You know, that's just me though. You know, I really believe in credit. You know, that's just like I said, my credit's never been shot really. Yeah, it's been up and down due to, you know, buying equipment and stuff like that, but it's never been like on some like low type stuff. Fix your credit, fix your credit, fix your debt, get all that debt out the way, bring your overhead down, and really start focusing in on what you're really trying to do. You know, you gotta have a game plan in this trucking industry. Like I said, the race, they do this all day long, man. Up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, so when the race is really down, you're not hurting. You see what I'm saying? When I first got my truck, who did I lease on to? I was leased on to a Metal Art Transport out of Montana. I got the videos. The videos are there. What's your thoughts on Great Wide, or is it the same? Just never deal with a big carrier. Great Wide is pretty much like they're one of them carriers that got agents, and certain agents allow you to dispatch or not dispatch. It's kind of like where I was leased on to Suntech, pretty similar situation. I had never leased on to them. Somebody that you got to look at Sunshine and Jay. They leased on a Great Wide. Their channel, check them out. If you got questions about Great Wide, I don't have any information on them like that. I think they the only guys I know that actually did Great Wide that I can think of. Um, but I know it's pretty similar to like Suntech. Um, pretty similar situations with a whole bunch of agents um, and stuff like that. Swamp Girl, I'm late checking in. What's going on? Dudes charged for this info. Thanks, man. Yeah, man. I'm sure they do, but I'm not gonna charge, man. I just drop the jewels and I go live and help the next man try to get to the next level, man. And like I said, when I was doing it, really wasn't nobody talking about it like that. It was a whole bunch of confusion and false information going on, and a whole bunch of stuff about leasing, and I just couldn't really. It just didn't really click for me. Just be leasing long term, and it just wasn't me, you know. But I appreciate y'all listening and checking in and soaking up this information. All right, I'll check those videos. All right, appreciate it. Yeah, check the videos, man. I dropped a video about the companies I leased on to, well, at least Metal Art. How I got the truck and everything. What engine do you have in your truck? I got a Cummins. Highway Deep Trucking is sold. They are a agent, and I would lease on to them, and they would just ask me, is that the way it works? Yeah, that's the way it works. They are agent, yeah. If they're an agent, yeah, they'll dispatch you. But they got authority too, so they kind of playing like both. I don't know how they got it set up though. You might want to check with them. Where do you park your truck and trailer? The place close to me charges $20 a day. $20 a day? That sounds like a truck stop. Find somebody that got a lot. You should be in between like the $100 to $200 mark, depending where you live at. Find somebody with a lot. I mean, I can't really answer that question. You just gotta find somebody, or just Google. Sometimes you can Google, and something will pop up. And thanks for the info. No doubt, Steven. But yeah, I gotta get these kids ready for bed, man. So I might go live tomorrow morning. We'll see how things play out. I'll get the early bird people, the people that probably sleep right now, which I need to be. But I appreciate y'all coming through. Like the video, share the video, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.